Well, I can't believe it. After 6 years, I finally beat this game. That's right. 6 years, literally moments ago. That's why my hair looks crazy. I was pulling my hair out. After 6 years, I finally beat The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. And I literally beat it moments ago, about 5 minutes ago. And then I took a pee break, and then I came down to sit and tell this story. I just wanted to do this while it was fresh in my mind. So, and yes, I was pulling my hair out at the last couple of battles, which I lost like, I don't know, 5 or 6 times before I finally beat it. So it's weird. It's taken me 6 years to beat this game. I mean, it came out in March of 2017, and Nintendo sent this to me along with the original, the OG Switch, and I started playing it almost immediately, and then I stopped. And then I played it a little bit more, and then I stopped. And then I went through one of the darkest, most difficult periods of my life in 2018, around that time, and there was no gaming going on in my life. Really, really difficult time. I've talked about it in another video, in my Metroid Dread video, where I talked about the game that saved my life. So check out that video. But so, yeah. Oh my gosh. So I finally, and I would come back and I would pick it up every now and again a little bit. And I just started getting really enthralled with the game, where I just wanted to explore. I just wanted to, go and see what was happening in this world, and climbing mountains, and, doing as many shrines as I could find, and trying to go on as many quests as I could. And I became obsessed. I told my son, I said, I became obsessed with Korok seeds, and he was laughing at me because he beat the game. And he was 12 years old when he beat it. He's still 12. So I finally committed to it after right around the holidays. And I just absolutely fell in love with this game. And I would just find myself doing little things that weren't really helping me get any further along in the game. I would just, want to go find a particular type of fruit. Or when I would stumble into a village and one of the villagers would tell me to, on one of these little side quests, hey, my sheep are being bothered by all the monsters down at the beach. Can you go and take care of them? I was like, yeah. I'm your guy. Like, who else is going to do all this hard work for you? Apparently none of the other men in this village are going to stick around and do it. Yeah, you're asking me to do it. I'm going to go and do it. So I would go and do it. And I just had an absolute blast trying to find every nook and cranny of these little islands. And there was one week that I spent, I think, just walking along a beach, going every little nook and cranny of this beach. And then I noticed, there's a shrine at the top of that cliff. And this is before I had Rivali's Gale. So I had to climb everything and try to be strategic about how I climbed. And, just such a beautiful, beautiful game. And then to me, being able to go into these different villages and, just experience the music and the world building and the characters. It's like emotional. It really is. It's like an emotional experience. And I want to sort of take a step back and just think and thank the people that created these characters. Came up with the dialogue, came up with the funniness of it, the quirkiness of a lot of these little characters. Goron Village. I mean, that's one of my favorites, right? It's all on fire, and these guys roll around like little balls, and the music in that village is just fantastic. And all the old mining carts. When I was a kid, my mom was from Denver, Colorado. She still is from Denver, Colorado. Wheat Ridge, Colorado to be specific. So when I was little, my hair is kind of crazy, isn't it? I was pulling my hair out. I'll tell you about my final battle moments here in a minute, because my son joined me, and it's almost midnight. He should be in bed, But he's like, Daddy, tonight's the night, because I was getting to Hyrule Castle, and I'm like, I'm gonna beat Ganon tonight. I'm gonna do it. So he grabbed a little seltzer water and came up and sat with me, and for 2 hours he because he already beat it. So anyway, sort of powered through the last 2 hours. Anyway, back to Goron Village. So my mom was from Denver, Colorado, Wheat Ridge, Colorado, and we would fly out there in the summers, and I just was so obsessed with the idea of going into the Rocky Mountains and seeing these old mining villages. I loved this, the old gold mining villages, you know. And I used to say, can we go pan for gold? Can we go to the old mine, old abandoned mines? Can we take one of those mining cart trains, you know? And of course, a lot of them are broken down, but you go and you see the old tracks and all of this stuff in these gold mining towns. And I just love that. And so that, to me, that's what Goron Village is, you know, that whole experience. Everything's on fire, and the clanging of things, the clanging of like, just like a sound of like metal hitting metal, and there's something about it was so great. And just that whole aesthetic, right? Everything's on fire, but it's all dusty, and then you have the hot springs, which was so cool. And what's amazing is, as I've gone through this game, I was like, oh my god, I was having such a difficult time fighting those Lionels. And here's a little truth. I'll be transparent. I did never beat a Lionel. I tried fighting one of them like 30 times, and I just couldn't figure out how to flurry rush. I couldn't figure out how to put my sword away, pull out my shield, and do a backflip or move side to side. So frustrating, so frustrating. So I decided I'm not going to fight them. So anytime I would see one of them, I would run. And in one of the missions, of course, you're not even supposed to fight them. You're literally supposed to sneak around the outside of them and get as many arrows as you possibly can. I think fire arrows or shock arrows. I forget. And then you have to, so you don't want to disturb him. And at that point, you're pretty weak anyway in the game. But then that became my mantra. Like, I'm not fighting Lionels. So even though I beat the game, I still never beat a Lionel. But I did get really, really good at beating Guardians. I really stunk at fighting the Guardians in the beginning, but I got a lot better. And the timing of blocking their shot with my shield, and I got better. But you know, then they send the Flying Guardians, right? Then they're the Flying Guardians, you know, in the sky, and then I'm like, oh my god, I gotta fight them now. But then I loved being able to climb up on the cliff, you know, and be able to throw my bombs in the air and take out their propellers, and that was a lot of fun. Boy, so many great things with this game. I'll just tell you one of my biggest frustrations, though. One of my biggest frustrations with the game, I hated this mechanic, and I sure hope with Tears of the Kingdom this is fixed, changed, or maybe I'm just an idiot, and there's a much easier way of doing this. But from what I can tell online, there's not, which is the boat, using metal to push the boat. It makes no sense to me at all. I wish there was a better mechanic for that. I hated that. Trying to find like a box to lift up with magnesis and then pushing a metal box against a sail. Like I know how to sail. Like I've taken classes on how to sail since I was a kid. That's not how you sail. And so I wish there was a better mechanic for sailing than to grab a giant metal box and slam it into a sail. Like, doesn't make sense. Really, I hated that. That was my least favorite thing in the game, probably. That and yeah, no, that's probably it. I mean, there's some things that were frustrating, you know, like some of these Lionel battles and trying to deal with a Guardian timing of like the exact moment that this thing is going to hit me. But I just, you know, for me, the shrines, I loved the shrines. Oh my God. So I could have completed this game much more quickly. And I have well over, I think, 130 hours into the game total. What's amazing is when I started playing this back at the early part of in 2017, so I got a few hours in then, and then, you know, a lot of this was spaced out over 6 years. So here we are at the end of February 2023, just a few months ahead of Tears of the Kingdom, and I finally finished this game. So let me just talk about the end battles here a little bit, and some amazing experience going through that. And now there's people, of course, that can, speed rush the game and speed run the game and get there in like 25 minutes to Ganon's castle, to Hyrule Castle, and then you've got to fight all of the divine beasts, and then you can fight Ganon. I didn't do that, of course. I spent 6 years playing this game. So the final battle, you get there, you're helped, of course, by your divine beasts, and all of the heroes, of course, are helping you, and which is fantastic. Then, Ganon has half his health when I go into that battle. And I kept getting crushed. And the mistake was that I spent most of my meals on trying to get through Hyrule Castle, and I didn't spend time really building out a full selection of food to go in and fight. So I was eating like little nuts and seeds and random little things. I didn't have any big meals to fight Ganon, so I was eating little things, little like apples and quarter of a heart, garbage, stuff like that. So that's what I was fighting with the entire time that I was fighting Ganon, and it was crazy. And then I was smart, and I took a anti shock elixir, so that really helped when he would throw one of his shock moves down. And then I took an anti-fire elixir as well. But I really had trouble, I think, through most of the game, really, with the flurry rush timing of things. And with that end scene being in this giant room, the depth was difficult for me. So I was running up to him, and I was getting a little too close, and then he would bring out his sword to slash, and I was jumping backwards, and I think I got 2 or maybe 3 flurry rushes in on him total. Other than that, I was using Herbosa's Fury to knock him down and get some big points that way. And then I thought I was done, and then of course he comes back as a giant oxen or whatever. And that was a lot of fun, but I was yelling, and I was sort of having a rage at the end, and my son, who had already beaten it, was like, "Daddy, you've got to do this. Your timing is off. Your timing is off." And I was like, pulling my hair out. And but then, then we get to the next scene where he's a giant oxen or whatever, a bull, and I'm on a horse, getting the light bow, and to go through that final battle. And I don't know, for some reason my horse wouldn't listen to me. So my horse was running the opposite way, and my son, he's going, "Daddy, you're running away. Where are you going? Where are you going? Go back." And I'm like, "I can't turn the horse. I can't turn the horse." So that became a joke tonight. My son was going to bed. He was like, "I can't turn the horse, Daddy. I can't turn the horse." So I was yelling out, "I can't turn him. I can't turn him," because he was just running away. But I finally got a hold of the horse, and then I actually just jumped off the horse. I'm like, "I'm done with this horse. He's not listening to me. I'm just going to run across this field and shoot these arrows into this giant, angry Ganon, hate-filled Ganon, calamity-filled Ganon, and try to beat it that way." And so the first time I encountered this guy, the final shot I lift myself up in my glider, and then I'm aiming my bow, and I miss because it closes. And I was like, "Oh my God." And I land, and then he hits me, and I'm dead. And then my son says, "Daddy, you're going to have to go back and fight the first Ganon again." And I said, "No, no, I will not. No, after all of that, no. After 6 years, no, I'm not doing that." But no, thankfully I didn't. I just had to fight the bull version of Ganon again, and then I won. So yeah, about 15 minutes ago, I beat Breath of the Wild, and then the end credits is just beautiful. The music is amazing, and then to see all of the different villages again as they scroll through the credits, and to hear that music and that ambiance, and to see all of the names who are involved in this game, just really breathtaking. Really breathtaking. I did get a little bit of a tear at the end. I did get a tear. Really emotional. And it was just a beautiful, beautiful story. And really, yeah, it was really emotional after 6 years of this game. So truly one of the best games Yeah, there we go. Truly one of the best games ever made. So if you haven't played this game yet, oh my gosh. There you go, everyone. I just wanted to share my thoughts here, just kind of document this. You know, after 6 years playing this amazing game, I'd love to hear your thoughts and feelings about this game. What did you experience when you played this game? How long ago did you beat it? How long did it take you? How many hours did it take you? And I completed a lot of the side quests also, I should say, and a lot of the DLC I've also done. I've done well, not a lot of them, a few of the DLC. So I'm gonna do that now, and go back into the game and complete a lot of the DLC. I want to do some of the Champions quest and some of the other ones. So anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for subscribing to the channel, being a part of this community. I would love to hear what your experience was with Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. You can tell I'm like brain is fried after this big Ganon battle. So thanks, guys. Thanks, everyone. I'm gonna go get some sleep now or something. Bye, everyone. We'll see you next time.